Paul Haysom is here now with a look at sports as I know we're on a very big night.
Here we go. Yeah, everyone's getting pretty excited. Thanks a lot, Scott. The Royal Countdown has nearly struck midnight. The Victoria Royals will play their first game in the Western Hockey League tonight against the Vancouver Giants. The game is in Vancouver, but lucky for us, so is our own Jeff King. And Jeff joins us live from the Pacific Coliseum. Jeff, we've waited long enough, and now we're just an hour and a half away. Excited.
Yeah. I know, and my guest has not shown up here quite yet, so we're just, we're waiting for Mark Habshot. In fact, the team bus just rolling up, but you're right, Paul, they made the announcement in the spring, and then we've gone through training camp, the inter-squad game, the exhibition season, and tonight's the night. After 17-year absence, Victoria franchise in the Western Hockey League will return, and I'm going to call Dan Elliott in right now. In fact, Dan is the play-by-play voice, Vancouver Giants. Dan, thanks for popping over here, my friend.
No problem. Glad I could do it. You let anybody on the air these days.
You know what? Yeah, we were hoping for Mark Habshide, but you're
a bit of a step down.
Just as good. Come on, mister. Listen, how excited are you for opening night and to see Victoria back in the league?
Yeah, I'm pretty fired up about it. I mean, it was a pretty good rivalry before between Chilliwack and Vancouver. It's quite clear they didn't like each other, but I think it'll be that much better now that it's kind of a little bit more of a distance now. We got the Islanders versus the Mainlanders, and it's always a heated game between these two teams. 10 times they play each other, so they're going to be some great games.
Tell me about, we were talking about, just the conference and, being out here in the West and just how tough it is. And, you've been covering the team for several years now. Victoria's going to have their hands full.
Yeah, they're in tough, but everybody in the BC division's in tough. There's no easy game in this division. Prince George has got a heck of a lot better. Kelowna is everybody's talking about them. They're in the top 10 in the CHL rankings, and Kamloops brings back virtually the same team as last year. And I think with the Vancouver Giants, they've made improvements this year as well, and they got one of the best scorers in the league in Brendan Gallagher. So every night, any team can win, so you got to be at your very best.
Tell me about your team this year, and there are a lot of veterans. In fact, I have a couple of guys that are still at NHL camps right now, but pretty good-looking team that you guys are putting on the ice this year.
They do look pretty good, but it's one of those years where what will those guys who are in their second year do? There's a lot of questions about that. We know about guys like Brendan Gallagher. Right now he's still with the Montreal Canadiens. He's actually playing tonight versus Ottawa, so he's doing well there. But another guy back for us, we expect a lot of big things, Merrick Taverdin. He only played 12 games last year, blew out his shoulder, had season-ending shoulder surgery. He still was a fourth-round pick at Detroit. That's how much they liked him. This is a guy who's got great hands in front, should be a fantastic scorer. We got a solid defense, and then goaltending may be a bit of a question. Brendan Jensen's going to get a shot to run with the #1 job, and if he can do it, I think the team's in a good shape.
Let's talk about the Victoria team, and I know you don't know much about them, but when you look at 3 16-year-olds, 6 17-year-olds, I mean, they're going to have to be working their buns off each and every night.
Yeah, absolutely, but they got some good talent. I like the deal to bring in Hayden Rintoul, a good veteran guy who comes from obviously Kootenay, who won the WHL championships, and I'm a big fan of Hodges McGee. 2 young guys last year played 16-year-old. They got a lot of tenacity. They can be agitated a little bit too, so they're pretty exciting that way. And then you got a good Euro in Robin Sudek, who knows how to put the puck in the back of the net. Obviously a big loss in not having Ryan House and Roman Horak with this team, but they definitely got some of the pieces there, so you can't take them lightly, that's for sure.
Dan, thanks for doing this. I owe you a jar or two when you make it over Victoria, and I'm going to bring Mark Habshide in right now. He's just ran off the bus. Habby, get on over here, mister. Thanks for joining me.
No problem.
Sir.
Right off the bus.
Yeah, how was the bus ride over? How are the nerves with these young guys tonight?
Oh, it's good. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
They're excited. Motivation won't be a factor, that's for sure. They're all fired up, and just got to make sure that you temper that energy and put them in the right direction.
Tell me, with 3 16-year-olds and 6 17-year-olds, how do you do that? How do you just sort of have them calm down tonight and go? I guess the bottom line is get that first shift out there, get a hit, get a shot on net or something along those lines.
Well, that's just it. It'll be good once we get a few games under our belt and get that out of the way and get all the pomp and pageantry out of the way about the first games ever here and first home game tomorrow night. So it'll be good. The guys need experience, so the only way to get it is to play.
Tell me about this rivalry, because you're going to be facing the Giants like 10 times this year. A great benchmark for you to start the season tonight. And how much do you sort of put into this game, and win or lose?
Well, not too much. I think it's 1 of 72. You try to win every game without question, but you got to look at the big picture. We're young. Our guys have got to grow. We've got to nurture them along. But at the same time, the things that aren't up for debate is work ethic and attitude, and we can control those, and we're going to make sure we do and play as a group, play as a team, and play real structured.
Tell me about naming Hayden Rintoul the captain today and the reasons why.
Well, we got some input from the players, and they all thought, much like us, that he was the guy. So, you know, it was a relatively easy decision. And then with our assistant captains, we got some good experience there mixed in with some youth, so we like it. And I think the big thing with Rintoul is he's won. And it's tough to teach that. It's as far as an experience standpoint inside the dressing room, and he's won a league championship, and I think that's important that he relays all those experiences to the players.
Let's talk goaltending right now. Still 3 goaltenders battling, including a 20-year-old. Who starts tonight, and who's going to be sticking around, Mark?
Well, that's yet to be determined. We have the overage situation, and Braden Gamble will go tonight. He's a guy that won our only exhibition game, and it was here, so he's played for us under these circumstances before, so he'll get the start tonight. And Keith has played well also, and you know, odds are he's going to start tomorrow night, but that's in pencil, not pen right now.
Nice. Well, excited for tonight, excited for tomorrow night. Thanks for running from the bus, Abby. Appreciate it. There he is, Mark Habscheid, head coach and general manager of your Victoria Royals. And yeah, 7:30 puck drop here at Pacific Coliseum, and of course that sold-out crowd tomorrow night, 7,000 plus screaming fans at the Save on Foods Memorial Arena. And of course, thanks to our friends at West Hills for bringing all the Royals coverage to you, and keep it right here at Check. And we're going to look after you, Paulie.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you very much, Jeff.